Antoine and your boy Frankie P. It's the Yes Sir Gentlemen show. Today is I don't even know what day it is. It's just September 2nd. We don't use days anymore. Frankie P. I know you're going through a lot right now. What's good, buddy? How we
Yeah,
doing?
not
Man?
much. Dude, doing as good as we can. Doing better. Could be worse. Glass half full type guy. So we'll kind of dive into that and then the questions segment.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I mean everything's all Gucci. Positive attitude. We got NBA playoffs. We got tour championship. We got Boston versus Atlanta.
That's right.
So the carpetbaggers versus the hillbillies. So
I see how it is. I did watch that the other day on TV, but we got a great show lined up today. We have a lot of stuff we got to dive into. We got our sports, as Frankie P mentioned, tons of stuff going on. We got Atlanta-Boston series in baseball. We got FedEx Cup, NBA playoffs, and the sleeper of all sleepers right now, U.S. Open tennis. And then we're going to get into more of fantasy football. We're going to give you our rookie sleepers for this week. And then pop culture's movie scene. We're going to end it with questions. So Frankie P, catch us up in the sports world, brother. What's going on?
Yeah, so we're coming into a nice holiday weekend, which is always good. Labor Day. Boom, we got NBA playoffs almost all the time. We got NHL playoffs, which I've been sleeping on NHL playoffs. I really need to get back into that. Don't even know the schedule. It's just like game after game, every night, every day. So I'll make you a promise. I'll start to get into that. NBA playoffs have been pretty exciting so far. I think on a scale of 1 to 10 during the COVID period, I think we're looking at a solid 7. There's been some good games. There's been some bad games. Series that I've been most intrigued by, Milwaukee, Miami. It's all going on right now. Game 2. Miami's jumping. They come out. They punched them in the mouth first, as some people would like to say, and it's a dogfight. So I love Jimmy Butler. I love the Giannis Antetokounmpo dueling. That's a storyline I'd watch out for. And we got a Game 7 following this with OKC Rockets. So have you been watching any NBA? Anything you've seen?
Yeah, dude, I watched a lot of the Lakers Blazer series,
Okay, nice.
And my dark horse didn't come through, but they put up a one-game fight there.
Yep.
They lost in the series 4-1, but, I mean, what do you expect from the 8 seed? That was my dark horse. Outside of that, I've been catching some highlights, haven't really tuned in. I'm waiting for this next round, the semifinals, to kind of solidify, but I'm excited for some NBA championships.
Yeah, that's kind of the sentiment I've been hearing as well. And then lastly, the Luka show was pretty good while he was in there versus the Clips, but Clippers came out to prevail. So starting tomorrow, though, dude, it is a somber note to report. No Tiger Woods, no goat action, but we got the Tour Championship. They're coming down to Atlanta. Come on down, top 30. Playing for some big money. Is there any guy you like? Do you think DJ? You know they got that new format. He's like start with a 2-shot lead. Do you think he holds it? Who do you like? Do you think there's someone from the back of the pack that's coming up?
I talked about him last week. Daniel Berger is just sitting there. I think he's under the radar this week. I think a favorite for me, if I had to go, that's my dark horse pick. Non-dark horse pick is I think this guy is just standing right out to me after last weekend. I think he's got the mojo going at the right time. Jon Rahm. Vamos, Jon Rahm.
Yeah. You've always had a liking for the Spaniards. So Sergio is always your guy. Rahm, I actually like. Not a lot of guys like him. Guess he's got a funky swing. He doesn't have, the typical. He's not 6'5", super slender dude. But dude, speaking of Jon Rahm, we got to talk about the putt of all putts in the playoff. Against DJ. DJ makes a freaking insane putt himself to send it to a playoff. Did you see the clip of Rahm on the range of him hitting balls? And
No.
So he stayed around. He's on the range hitting some irons because he's like, he's got to stick around in case there's a playoff. And then all of a sudden, there's no fans, but he's close enough to 18. And there was a pretty big roar for only 50 people because that was a sick putt, same like line essentially, so fast down the hill, double breaker. It was like 60-something feet.
Yeah.
Or maybe his was 40 or something. But anyway, makes it and Rahm's hitting. And all of a sudden he hears and he's like taking the club back and just stops. And he's like, okay, let's go. And so he had to walk back. And then, of course, he makes that putt. And it was freaking crazy. I was screaming at the dinner table. My wife was like, oh, my God, what? I was like, he made it. So I was like going to eat. I was like, no way he makes that. So crazy-ass putt.
Damn.
But I like Berger. I like Rahm. The only hot take I got for you is I don't think it's DJ. I think the guy's been
Yeah.
playing out of his fucking mind for the last like 4 weeks. You got to come back down to planet Earth at some point, folks. So, but yeah, and you mentioned the sleeper of all sleeps.
Yeah. So real quick, I think DJ is phenomenal. Like, don't get me wrong, you're like great golfer, one of the greatest. But I think he's peaking. He's peaked a little. I think maybe a couple tournaments too early. Like, I want to see the guys that are hovering around the top 10 and then like peaking at the last tournament of the year.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not a DJ favorite for this weekend in particular.
Yeah, and I concur. I concur, Doctor. So, but dude, again, this is the weekend with the mock weekend. If you don't do a mock draft this weekend, you don't have the American blood coursing through your veins. So,
Yeah.
going to fantasy football. I know you've already actually had a draft. I forgot
Right.
about that. We talked about it pre-show. We'll have to get a rundown this weekend on Saturday or Sunday and get a final just fantasy football dedicated episode or centered around that.
Yeah.
But dude, rookies, who we got? Are there rookies that I need to know about? If they are, who are they?
Yeah, so I have two of them right off the bat. For me, the draft position I was in this last draft made me like forced my hand. It made me look at a lot of rookies because I feel like there's a lot of potential, especially when it comes to the running back position. So I have two rookies in particular that have been on my radar. One of which is Jonathan Taylor. Indianapolis Colts running back. He's in line with Marlon Mack. A lot of good stuff coming out of camp about this guy, but I didn't draft him based on that. What I drafted him on was the offensive line ranking in Indianapolis. I think they're top 3 ranked offensive line. For me, that's why I like this rookie. I think he can be plugged in. Phil Rivers underneath center. Okay, you don't think that guy's going to scheme up some offensive plays, and they got a great O-line. Love him. And then my second rookie that I keep an eye on is Zach Moss from Buffalo. He's going to be filling in the Frank Gore role. That guy was a workhorse last season. I think this rookie has a lot of potential, and I drafted a lot on potential this year. So we'll see what happens. What do you got? Who rookies do you have your eyes on?
I got to echo your Jonathan Taylor sentiment. Big bet on him to win the Heisman last year. I've been liking this guy since he's been at Wisconsin. He put up some crazy numbers. You got to look at them. They're like astronomical or too crazy for me to even remember. So I wouldn't do him justice. So put that. Guy can catch passes too, by the way. Freak athlete. I think he put up we talked about him in the combine special. He put up like the fastest time. He's like 225, ran a 4.4 or something. And he can catch the ball. He's a 3-down back. The only knock I would say with him is they may take him a week or two before he gets his feet underneath him. But once he does, look out. So I like that pick a lot. Guys I like, we'll touch on some names. I really like Henry Ruggs at Oakland. Again, talked about him at the combine. I mean, anyone that's that fast, I mean, I'd be looking at him in the later rounds, probably some go routes. Gruden drawing up some go routes for him.
Spiderweb banana man.
Thank you. Cue the Gruden impression. But dude, I want to get your take on Clyde Edwards. So everyone's loving this guy. I mean, rookie running backs, they have kind of the MO has changed. They do give those guys the rocks right out of the gates now. This guy's gone to the perfect system, gone to the perfect coach. Do you buy the hype? First round pick on this guy? First round
Go Tigers. Go Tigers, man. If you are an LSU running back, you are made out of steel, boy.
That's true, man.
I feel like coming out of that system, though, it has produced a lot of good backs, in the last few years. I think LSU is probably one of the most competitive college programs, and their style of offense kind of translates to probably a lot of what they see in the pros. So I feel like Clyde Edwards, especially with Andy Reid and his coaching style, he's not afraid to give his running backs the rock. He's got fresh legs, first year in the league. I don't see a reason why he can't pick up the playbook and become an impact player. First round, that's a risk. That's a very high risk for me. If he's around in the second round, I think it's a no-brainer. But first round pick, that's tough.
You let someone else take the fall the sword on that one. So
yeah.
Well, like I said, dude, the world has taken a cosmic shift. It's upside down, inside out.
It has.
Who knows what it's all about? Pop culture TV shows. You used to be the king. I am coming for the crown. I am loaded up with pop culture. And while we're talking football, I want to dive right into the pop culture TV. And dude, Madden. Ooh. I don't know if you've seen the reviews on this game. Not good, by the way.
That's what I did see something.
Lowest video game review in Metacritic history.
Wow.
Which is like a certified, like people consumer reports, like people go, it's like a Rotten Tomatoes for video
Right.
games. So that's you don't want to have the lowest review on their site. It got 63,
Ooh.
just absolutely getting hammered. I
For
mean,
what though?
so I think so what I've read is it's literally the exact same engine as last year, and they
Mhm.
only really modified the pay for play version. So there's these two new versions, and we'll get into this in kind of questions. But I don't even play those versions, so it really hurts Frankie. Frankie's the
Right.
real loser in all of this. But because Ultimate Team, you like buy cards and build your
Right.
team, and the more money you spend, the better your team is. So I've never played that. I feel like $60 should get me my football simulation game. I don't really want to pay to have like Randy Moss from 1993 on my team. I want Calvin Ridley and Julio on the Falcons. So,
Right.
dude, and just
Interesting.
really horrible reviews. And like now people are like chirping at EA and like NFL drop EA because they have the only license for football video games.
Oh
So they don't
wow.
really have to make the game better, essentially, I guess is what they're saying.
Right.
So
They have a
like
monopoly.
yeah, so someone queued up like if you win the Super Bowl, what that looks like for the last 4 years, and the cut scene at the end is literally the exact same thing.
Dude.
Exactly, cut for cut. So it's
No.
yeah, and
Oh.
so like everything's like the exact same in the game. Like when I turned it on after, like I hadn't really played it, and then I read the reviews like trending on Twitter the other day, and I hopped on. I was like, oh shit, like this is exactly like it. I was like, ooh, not a good look. So they've got a
Yeah.
petition. It's got like 400,000 signees already for them to like make this list of changes to the game. We'll see if EA buckles, but yeah, don't buy it.
Dude, I have a fear like that's kind of been a trend in video games though for the past like 10 or 15 years. Like if you think about Tiger Woods, there was a few years where that game was the exact same. Maybe they added in one or two like new courses, but like I feel like from like Tiger Woods like '07 to like 2010, they were all the same exact game, and that's an EA Sports game. And like you're trying to tell me that they're not doing the same thing with other games, like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very believable. I've never really been a big Madden player, but when you don't have that competition, you have no reason to change. So you just kind of
Yeah.
willy nilly, easy peasy, chalk it up, which I don't
I'm
like.
kind of just sick of it. Last thing I got, Disney and EA are affiliated, I believe, in some way. But dude, I'm a Disney Plus guy. My wife likes Mulan. I like the movie Mulan. The new Mulan got delayed. They're dropping it this weekend. If you have first, you have to buy Disney Plus. Then guess how much they want you to rent the movie for on Disney Plus? If for
10.99,
special premiere. No.
20.
$30, dude.
What?
Yeah. $30. I'm calling it the Mulan fuck job. Like,
Dude, people would pay that. That's the sad part, though.
we're probably gonna pay it, sadly, as
I'm not
well.
gonna. I'm not gonna touch that, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm not touching
boycott EA, boycott Disney Plus. So,
Wow, we got a
what you
lot
got?
on the
Anything
pipeline.
cooking in your pot of pop
Yeah,
culture?
dude. So I haven't been hawking Netflix as much as I should have, but I did. I did catch this one the other night. It's called Camp Foxcatcher. It's about one of the DuPont like children who like
Okay,
the DuPont
they're
family,
pretty
billion
they're
dollar.
racing, right, or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
billion dollar, company.
very rich.
Yeah, they're absolutely like wealthy. And it's this story about one of the sons of this family creating a like a wrestling academy on his property. And in the end of it, he fucking kills one of the people. And it's like this
Wait,
crazy story.
yeah, I've seen that. It's with like with what's his name, Steve Carell.
No, no, no. They may have done
No.
a mock of the story, but like this was like a documentary kind of like story about this guy, one of the DuPont like offsprings. It like a crazy kind of like murder sports like movie.
Yeah, dude, they did make a movie about it. You've never seen the movie?
No.
Oh, it's got Steve Carell. It's got Channing Tatum and Mark Ruffalo are the
Really?
actors. Yeah, that's how I knew. I
Wow.
was like, damn, dude, that sounds exactly like the movie of the same name. I'm just an idiot and didn't realize
Interesting.
that was the name of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was dark and not. Carly and I watched it. Not a very happy movie.
no, no, dude. The documentary, it was interesting though. Like this
Yeah,
guy
crazy story.
like has just endless amounts of money, builds all these facilities like on his property and has like all these world-class wrestlers come live on his property. And he's essentially paying all these people just to be their friends. And then he's obviously got some sort of mental issue and like goes off the rails. Like crazy
Yeah,
documentary. Definitely interesting to watch. The other show that I do have, HBO show, you turned me on to this one, Lovecraft Country. I think I finished the third episode, released Sunday night. I've watched all the episodes. Crazy story movie. It is whatever you want to call it. It's got its teeth sunk in deep. Have you caught up on everything?
Yeah, so I saw this when you sent out the pre-show or much earlier today. I was like, gotta watch the third one at lunch so I can be caught up. I was very much about to just rip it apart, dude. Now back in. He's back in.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what's going on, and he likes it. He likes to not know what's going on, and that is the, like I was trying to describe it to Carly. Like, how would you describe it in like 2 sentences to somebody? Like Harry Potter, and not Harry Potter, but wizards and witches in like deep rural South, racist America. It happens in a real time, fake story. I don't even know what's going on.
It's definitely it's like a fantasy sci-fi, yeah, like kind of witchcraft almost, if you will, cult. And yeah, it's based in, the South. So like you kind of have this element of like racism and old South and like black versus white kind of, storyline. But like I think it's cool. First of all, like all black cast for the most part. And they're making the center of the story, which I think is cool. And then they just have this very like, it's outlandish. Like they're visited a cult in the first episode or two. There's casting spells and I don't know what the fuck is happening. And then there's people that know these spells and it's just crazy. It's like, how crazy can you make a TV show? Lovecraft Country is not disappointing.
It's definitely a wild ride, and you want to be on the ride. And then, dude, HBO, if you haven't seen this, I got so many for you.
Dish them all.
Richard Jewell. True story, similar to Foxcatcher, based on the 1996 Olympic bombing. Ooh. It's got a bunch of good actors in it. Clint Eastwood directed it. I can't remember the guy's name, but it is John Hamm is like the bad guy in it, if there is a bad guy. But great story. I've one of the first movies in a while that I've actually watched him in like on the edge of my seat. Like, even though I know the story, it's kind of like, I don't want to say Titanic, but like Titanic's still a good movie. Like, just you think you know the story, you don't at all, and the characters are so good. The acting's good. It's funny. It's dramatic. Make you cry, it'll make you laugh. So very well done. Like me and my wife are standing up clapping at the end. And then we rarely do 2 movies one day. We did it this Saturday. Nightcap, The Way Back with Ben Affleck.
I did see that. Is it good?
Very dark. Very dark. I thought it was going to be like a happy basketball movie. Like, yeah, we won the championship. Like, good job, everyone. Like, we started off, we're the worst team. We built up, we worked hard, and then we won. It was like the way back is about recovery, kind of. He's got some problems, the coach. So it was much like, it was on the edge of your seat, but more like, you don't want to see the car crash, but the car's going to crash. You're trying, but you don't want the car to crash. So it was one of those. So it's got some drug, alcohol abuse. Right? Yeah, dude, he's awesome in it. Very good actor. Yeah,
good for Ben, man.
Yeah. So
ever since Batman, he's been kind of. Well, I take that back. What was the movie? The 3 like where they were like SWAT team go steal from the cartel.
The
Frontier.
I feel like Argo was his last good one. Argo was good.
Argo was another good one.
And then you got anything last? I got one last quick one. You go than me.
Last one though, this is another HBO one, Hard Knocks. I mean, all episodes have been released. I think they might have one more week before the season starts. But yeah, dude, the one thing I noticed is that if you could go back and rewatch all the seasons, and when they start to cut players, the one like it's kind of funny, but I noticed that whenever coaches cut players, before they even sit down in their chair, they're cutting the player. So, like, when you see them, like, walk into the office, shake hands, and then he's walking to his chair, like, all right, we're going to let you go today. And, like, right before every time, McVay did it. I'm trying to think. The Houston coach, O'Brien, did it. Like, it's just funny to see. I'm not funny to see the guys get cut. It's funny to see how the coaches do it because they all do it very similarly.
Yeah, it's one of those parts of jobs like everyone hates is firing, and everyone's got their own little thing they do. But it's funny you picked up on the standing up. I'll be on the lookout for that next time. Next time I delivered bad news to someone, I'll be sure to shake their hand and tell them right off the bat to them. But last thing I got, dude,
let's hear it.
this somehow slipped under the radar for all of us, I believe. But David Blaine, did you see what he did today? Ascension, like
No.
the magician. Yeah, he like tied a bunch of balloons, like the guy from Up, except like big ass balloons, like almost as big as your car, like 30 of them filled with helium, strapped him to his arm, took him 24,000 feet in the air. All he was he was hooked on it good, but I mean, not like, I mean, he could die very easily.
Right.
So he wasn't like just holding on to it, but took him up 25,000 feet in the air. Just to let you know, a plane, its highest altitude is 33,000. They mostly stay at around average 20,000. Normal skydiver drops in at 3,000 feet. So, and those are the good guys. So he went up to 25,000 with only a balloon and a parachute on, but not ready to deploy. Then once he was up there, he just let go of it, dropped down. He has a GoPro. Go watch it, dude. It's freaking crazy.
What?
And then he doesn't know where he is. So the big obstacles, the most scared he was once he just got off the ground, the wind could just blow him wherever he could. And he's like in Arizona in the mountains. And so he doesn't even know where he is. And then let's go and just parachutes 24,000 feet down, like doesn't pass out somehow, and lands.
What?
And he landed and he's okay. It's wild. I showed it at the
Oh
car.
my God.
Check it out. Check it out.
Holy shit, dude.
But like
That's
no one
fucking
picked
nuts.
up on that today. Like I didn't see it on Instagram or anything. So
Wow.
kind of sucks for him.
I'll
It
have
was
to
on
look it
YouTube.
up. I'll have
Yeah,
to
it's
look
on
it up,
YouTube.
man.
But
Well,
yeah,
good. Let's get into our questions, man.
Yeah, so I know we got some somber news. I had to break it to you today. It sucks. The COVID, got to take the COVID seriously, which I was. I know you are. I know most of the listeners in our close people in our close circle are. But it broke in, and I got it from. I know who I got it from. Shout out my brother, who got it from the youngins on a bachelor party. And like I was so concerned about getting it before my vacation that I like worked from home the whole week so I wouldn't get sick. Went on vacation. My brother was on a separate vacation, came after that vacation to our vacation, and then midway through the vacation started feeling sick. Then someone tested positive from where he was, and then from there no one really got it. We drove home. We all got tested. I was negative last Monday. So was Carly, and so was my father, and my mom was positive. It's like, fuck, shit, Hopefully we don't get it. So fast forward till last Thursday, I woke up feeling bad. Oh yeah, and quickly testing, not as bad as you'd think, but I do stick that little Jimmy right up in the nose there. But yeah, just wanted to, so you got tested again today. I was positive. I've had mild symptoms, just a little back cramp, like chills, aches, headache constantly. Can't really breathe. And the craziest thing I will say is no taste or smell. Like it is wild. Yeah. So like for instance, last night I had a taco salad. I poured like the most hot sauce I've ever poured on my taco salad. Could not taste it all.
Wow.
Like,
damn.
Put a thing of dog treats that like smell really bad to Carly. She couldn't even smell them. To me, like I just stuck my whole head in the container. Couldn't even smell it at all.
What?
Yeah. So it's wild. Like drinking a beer. Like I hate like the black IPAs, but I could drink like the most stout double IPA black you've ever seen right now. So yeah, sucks.
Damn,
COVID broke in, dude. So yeah, it's kind of a PSA. Just everyone try to be safe. I'd be worrisome about Labor Day this weekend, and don't try to go to big crowds. Wear a mask if you can. I understand everyone has to live their lives, and you do, but just be careful out there, guys. Frankie's staying strong.
Good, dude. I'm glad to hear you're weathering the illness well so far. I know it's real, man. It's real. We've been talking about it since the early days, which has been crazy, but it hits home a little bit more, man. I know. Thinking about you and you and your family, and I hope everyone comes out on the other side of this.
Yeah, hope so too. Keep y'all updated. But yeah, what you got?
Yeah, dude. So my question for today is Virgin Galactic released something that they're going to put like a supersonic jet that can get you from New York to London in like an hour. If you could get a ride on this, and it's like it goes into the atmosphere pretty much, like it's out there. If you could get a ride on the Virgin Galactic ship, would you go?
Yeah, yes.
You would.
Yeah,
even what if it went into space though? You'd still go.
Yeah, still. I mean, no, yeah, that'd be badass.
High risk.
Would it not be? Is it high risk?
First flight ever. What if it was the first flight ever? Would you still go?
Maybe. I mean, can I get on the second flight? Or it's only
First flight's the only free seat they have.
Yeah, I'd still probably go. Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
I'd
fuck
go.
it,
I'd
YOLO.
definitely go.
Fuck it,
Fuck
YOLO.
it, let's go. That was my
Yeah.
question, though.
All right, so that's a good one. I had a crazy little thing. I've been discovering all this new stuff now. I'm just stuck in this white room constantly for my whole since last Thursday, really.
Yeah.
So I've come to love it. Honestly, so beautiful. But I've been collecting cards. I love cards. Sports memorabilia, trading cards. I've gotten a little crazy on it. It's an addiction. It's going into hoarders. I can't see behind me. There's cards everywhere on the ground now. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
But have you heard of this thing, breaking cards? So I'm very novice into the trading card game, clearly. They call it breaking, dude. You got to get into your break. You buying a break today? So I didn't realize this, but like, what do you think, like a box? Like, I thought a hobby box of baseball cards was like, $50 or something.
Right.
Yeah, no. Like a box with like 10 packs is like, $500. And that's like the starting point. And they go all the way up. It's crazy. Dude, there's some boxes of baseball cards where you only get one baseball card and it's $2,500 for it. It's like an autograph, like Willie Mays or something. It's like,
Jesus.
But like, who has that kind of money for one card? So anyway, they have these things. That's just one example. Yeah, exactly. But there's this thing where you pay like $100, and there's $2,000 a pack, and then there's like 20 packs in them. So there's all these different variations. But now there's this thing you can go online and you can buy like a slot. So you pay like the first 3 packs he opens, you would get them. The next 3, I would get them. We could bid even lower money, and then they just give you a random team from the entire case. So like you get all the Braves or all of the Bucks. And I was like, it's so confusing and weird. But I guess everyone's after the rookie in that thing. So it's like a way to like, there's one rookie, one autograph in each one. It's like, hopefully you pay smaller amount and get in the thing. And I haven't done it yet, but it just seems so crazy. It's like people have all these businesses. Like, who the fuck knew sports cars were $2,000 for a hobby box? Like, I thought it was for little kids or something. So
wow, dude. I just remember going to like this one place, like a sports card store when I was little, and like you'd buy like a little box of pre-opened cards, and they had definitely like gone through the packs and like scalped them. But like you could buy like 100 cards for like $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
and you can still do that too, by the way. But that's the card game I knew. So it's like this whole new world. Like, I was thinking like, got a big boy job. Now I'm going to go get a box. And I'm like, cards. I was like, holy shit. There's no way this is $2,000. And it was. And I'm like, okay, I'll just take that one for $5. Thank you.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. The world of baseball cards has evolved.
So yeah, it is. It's funny.
Stuff.
So,
well, thank you for joining us tonight, folks. As always, we appreciate you coming on board the Yes Sir Gentlemen spacecraft and taking a little journey through our world. If you haven't liked, subscribe, go smash the like buttons, hit this notification button so you know when we post our new episodes. We're coming out with new shit all the time. We appreciate you guys. Frankie P, any closing words for our listeners?
No. Everyone have a good Labor Day, and we'll catch you guys on the flip.
That's right, man. Catch everybody on the flip side. Until next time, deuces.
Hang loose.